Alright guys, MarkBoy316 with another video. Couple of packages in the mail. And gonna open them and see what they are. Oh, nice. 3 in here. Very cool. Nice. Alright. So first off we got Super Brawl 1 and 2. Super Brawl 3 with Clash of Champions 22. And Super Brawl 4 with Spring Stampede 94. So all the first 4 Super Brawls, I already have the 95, 96, I've got 97, and I've got 2000. So I almost got all the Super Brawls. So that is cool. Open it up. Does have Super Brawl 3 Clash of Champions. I do have the Clash of Champions already, but it's good to have it on Blu-ray. And you've got Super Brawl 1 and 2. And then you got Super Brawl 4. So Super Brawl 1, we have Super Brawl 1, we've got the Fabulous Freebirds against the Young Pistols. Dan Spivey versus Ricky Morton. Nikita Koloff versus Tommy Rich. Dustin Rhodes and versus Terry Taylor. Big George versus Black Bart. Oz versus Tim Parker. Barry Windham versus Brian Pillman. Elegante versus Vicious in the stretcher match. Ron Simmons and Butch Reed in a cage match. The Steiner Brothers against Sting and Luger. Bobby Eaton versus Arn Anderson. And Flair versus Tatsumi Fujinami in a unification match. So that's pretty cool. Super Brawl 2. Big George versus Diamond Dallas Page. Flying Brian and Jushin Thunder Liger. Awesome match right there. Marcus Bagwell and Terry Taylor. Ron Simmons versus Cactus Jack. Van Hammer and the Z-Man against Ricky Morton and Vinny Vegas. Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes versus Steve Austin and Larry Zbyszko. Arn and Bobby Eaton versus the Steiners. Rick Rude versus Ricky Steamboat. And Sting versus Luger for the world title. And the match listing for this one is the third is the Hollywood Blondes versus Eric Watts and Marcus Alexander Bagwell. Tuco Scorpio and Chris Benoit. Davey Boy Smith versus Wild Bill Irwin. Cactus Jack versus Paul Orndorff. I think it's False God Anywhere. Rock and Roll Express versus the Heavenly Bodies. Dustin Rhodes versus Max Payne. Barry Windham versus the Great Muta. And Vader versus Sting. I think that's in a strap match, I do believe. And then you've got Super Brawl 4. This one you've got Harlem Heat versus Thunder and Lightning. Jim Steele versus the Equalizer. Terry Taylor, Diamond Dallas Page. Johnny B. Bad versus Jimmy Garvin. Regal versus Arn. Cactus Jack and Max Payne versus the Nasty Boys. Sting, Brian Pillman, and Dustin Rhodes versus Steve Austin, Rick Rude, and Paul Orndorff in a Thunder Cage match. Ric Flair versus Vader in another cage match. And then Spring Stampede 94. Johnny B. Bad versus Diamond Dallas Page. Regal versus Brian Pillman. The Nasty Boys versus Cactus Jack and Max Payne in an awesome street fight. Steve Austin versus Great Muta. Sting versus Rick Rude. Buck versus Dustin Rhodes. Vader versus The Boss. And Ric Flair versus Rick Steamboat. And then, of course, the one that has the Clash on it. That one, the Clash had Cactus Jack versus Johnny B. Bad. Tuco versus Scotty Flamingo. Chris Benoit versus Brad Armstrong. Vinny Vegas versus Tony Atlas. The Wrecking Crew versus Johnny Gunn and Tom Zank. Shane Douglas and Ricky Steamboat versus Brian Pillman and Steve Austin. And Dustin Rhodes, Sting, and Cactus Jack against Vader, Windham, and Paul Orndorff. So, fantastic 3 Clash of Champions, Spring Stampede 94, and the first 4 Super Brawls. So that's pretty awesome. And then we have this package. Now this one, there we go. Nice. Just want to know what it is. It is, as you see here, Best of WWF Volume 20 and Best of WWF Volume 11. So it's 10 DVDs. You've seen me a couple of unboxings ago unbox the Best of WWF Volume 1 to 10, and now I got 11 to 20. So I got every single Best of WWF Coliseum video. That is freaking cool. So all school matches on here. You've got the Hart Foundation versus the Rougeau Brothers with Brother Love as the referee. Get some Battle Royals on here. You've got a lot of classic matches from the 80s, the 70s, the 80s, early 90s. Good stuff. So it's going to be mostly unreleased matches from house shows and stuff. So that's going to be fantastic. But it's the best of WWF Coliseum video. So this and this is what I got today. So awesome stuff. So thank you guys for joining me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.